Hello, my name is Hannah Smith, and I am an interior design major here at Georgia Southern University. I am so excited to tell you about my honors thesis titled Natural Light and its Effect on Student Perceptions of Learning Performance and Well-Being in Classroom Environments. I was mentored by Dr. Angelita Scott, who is an assistant professor in the interior design program. This study will investigate how natural light affects perceived learning performance and well-being within a classroom learning environment. It is necessary to understand how college student learning performance is affected to implement positive outcomes within interior spaces. When students feel greater levels of well-being in their education, they are able to perform at higher levels. The picture below is the interdisciplinary academic building, which is the newest finished building that is open to students and faculty that I studied on Georgia Southern University's campus. Many elements have affected the environment which have directly affected people, and lighting plays a huge role in affecting perceived student learning performance and well-being. Natural light is a significant resource in school environments because it is key to influencing occupant well-being as well as reading, vocabulary, math, and science scores. With light being a primary fundamental feature of the design environment, it should be arranged in a way that makes users comfy. University students have to read off multiple surfaces such as screens and monitors. If there is no lighting control, it causes eye strain and a decrease in learning performance. According to Tanner, it has been established that classrooms without windows can result in students experiencing daily feelings of having jet lag. To prevent this, a balance between natural light and artificial light in a classroom would be ideal to improve student learning performance. Understanding students' learning performance and well-being affected by natural light in university environments will help further the body of knowledge of interior design and improve classroom environment features. The theoretical framework used for this study was from the overview of Head Research Design with examples of built environment features from Barrett, Davies, Zhang, and Barrett. This study recreated this using factors that focus on specific design elements that can affect an individual's overall learning performance and well-being in learning environments. The overview of research design with building environment features was used to help inform questions and direct data analysis. There were 2 research questions that were asked in the study. Research question 1. Does natural light affect perceived learning performance within a classroom learning environment? And research question 2. Does natural light affect well-being within a classroom learning environment? To answer these research questions, there were 2 hypotheses that were tested in the study using a questionnaire developed by several existing surveys. Hypothesis 1. Based on perceived learning performance, students in a university classroom environment prefer rooms with natural light to those without. And Hypothesis 2. Based on perceived well-being, students in a university classroom environment prefer rooms with natural light to those without. A questionnaire was developed from the following 3 studies: the Naturalness, Individuality, and Stimulation Conceptual Model, the Sustainable Post-Occupancy Evaluation Survey Questionnaire, and a survey by Poulet. The questions used are directly related to my study. A pilot study was conducted to ensure reliability and validity of this instrument. The questionnaire consisted of a 7-point Likert-type scale measuring satisfaction, well-being, learning, course satisfaction statements, and improvement. Open-ended questions were asked at the end of each section to give participants a chance to give further explanation with any comments, suggestions, or concerns about these classrooms in the facility. Minimal demographic questions regarding gender, age, and area of study were also included. 2 classrooms were selected in this study, one with windows and natural light, which is IAB Room 1005, and one without windows and natural light, which is IAB Room 2028, to administer questionnaires to and compare student preferences. The population was made up of a purposive convenience sample of 161 participants. The questionnaire was administered over a span of 1 week at various times, and each questionnaire took approximately 10 minutes to complete. After data was collected, descriptive statistics and cross-tabulation were used to evaluate the findings of the study through SPSS software. Qualitative responses were analyzed to find themes that supported the quantitative responses. In response to the question asking about the overall physical environment of the classroom on well-being, results indicated that 54.4% of students in IAB Room 1005 stated that the overall physical environment enhanced their well-being, whereas in IAB Room 2028, 26.9% of students selected that it hindered their well-being. In response to how satisfied students were with the lighting conditions in their current classroom, 77.2% of students in IAB Room 1005 were slightly satisfied to extremely satisfied with the provided lighting conditions, and only 49.8% of students in IAB Room 2028 were extremely satisfied to slightly dissatisfied. Results related to how much students improved academically in the course over the semester indicated that 68.4% of students in IAB Room 1005 selected that they had moderate to extreme improvement. On the other hand, 41.3% of students in IAB Room 2028 had no improvement at all to slight improvement. These findings supported Hypothesis 1 and Hypothesis 2 and answered both research questions. Themes that emerged from the qualitative responses were windows, lighting, aesthetics, dullness, and layout. These themes highlighted some of the elements that are most important to students within a learning environment. Samani and Samani found that solving existing light problems is important because it will encourage students in learning places for better performance and to learn better. Considerations for lighting control, classroom design and layout, and amount of quality of natural light are major factors in the design process of a classroom. These are important factors that have a huge impact in the classroom environment. Interior designers may use these findings as best practices for perceived learning performance and well-being in classroom environments. College students may use these findings to implement ways to enhance their study habits for academic success and well-being. This study will help further the body of knowledge of interior design and specifically learning environments in higher education. The biggest limitation in this study included the data not being collected at the same time for each classroom, which affected the amount of natural light in the classroom environment where windows were present and that the classrooms were not identical. Additionally, this research did not control for various learning abilities or teaching styles. Each professor has their own unique way of teaching, and this could have affected participants' responses on how they felt overall in the classroom environment and the lighting conditions that are provided. In thinking of ways to improve the classroom environments based on the findings in this study, it would be ideal to incorporate windows in the current classrooms that do not have windows. Also, natural lighting alternatives could be more efficient and affordable solutions without making architectural changes to the building. Researchers Abdelasha, Marine, and Simador discuss fixing natural lighting issues in a classroom environment by controlling natural light to manage the quantity and distribution of light in a given space while accommodating to the needs of users or spreading out natural light to create a good distribution of light inside the building and facilitates its penetration in a given space. Poulet also discussed a strategy to incorporate natural light by using exterior light shelves that eliminate direct lighting into a space, reflecting the light into the room. This helps to reduce glare by reflecting the rays of the sun. These are my references. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and thank you for your time.